only get one shot. We don't have a lot of time.
I'm gonna find a way to help us all.
Pat from Pop Culture at Pat, here with Finn, Simone, and Joe talking about the Institute. Finn, nice to see you again, and nice to meet you, Simone and Joe.
Lovely to meet
you,
you,
man.
Pat.
So to start things off, this is going to be coming out once the finale releases this interview. Kids here are forever changed after their experience with the Institute. Can you guys kind of just talk about the journey of getting to explore the different layers of your characters as the series progressed in season 1 here? And we'll go ahead and start with Simone.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it is definitely very heavy to see everything that these kids are going through. There's a thick layer of poignance over all of that, but I think it was also really important to keep top of mind that they are still kids and youthful and wanting to hold on to that light and finding those moments where they're able to just be kids and play ping pong and whatnot. But I think that was really special to lean into that duality of feeling the gravity of everything that's going on, but also still holding true to who they are.
And what above? We'll jump over to you, Joe.
Yeah, I feel like initially when Luke arrives, it's a lot of confusion, a lot of quick determination to try and get out. And there's I think up to episode 5, there's always kind of a security that Luke feels he has, that he sort of feels like we're gonna do this because they're kids and they're naive. And then when 5 happens and Luke finds out, oh, your parents are gone, I think that's the lowest point for him for sure, because that takes away all things, and now you're just a boy in a place with people that want to hurt you. So I feel like he never drops the ball in terms of I still want to do this and get out, apart from when him and Nicky and the other 2 lads are sitting outside.
What about for you, Finn?
I mean, Nicky has already hit rock bottom, I feel, at some point in his life. And so this, going into the Institute and what he's going through, I mean, he just wants to get out by whatever means possible. Like if he dies trying, and he never loses that. I think his spirit, maybe in back half, when he gets there and he sees like the state of Kalisha and of Iris, that definitely, I think, the compassion that he's probably unfamiliar with, he's feeling, is definitely breaks him a little bit, and so his spirit of just this, this hard, strong will that he has is a little bit broken. But I think he never loses that want and will and drive to kind of stick it to the man, I guess, in the best way he can. And I'm, very happy to say that he gets he gets what's coming for him.
How did you guys approach some of the more intense scenes with your characters too? Like we have the sparkler nights, or we have the dream box. Can you guys kind of dive into how you got into that mindset for those characters in those particular moments? And this time we'll start with you, Joe.
I would come in and I would just think, what would you do if you were 14 and in this situation, to the best that you possibly can? Because I don't know, because I hear some people say you try and get into a zone, but I think it's easier just to imagine how you would be behaving in this place if you really thought about being there. But the problem is they look so disturbing and tense on screen, but when the camera says cut, it's like you're surrounded by amazing people that are just not their characters, So Hendrix and Tony, Robert and Jason are 2 of the nicest people I know. And so when we would stop and cut, it was like, well, we can't really stay in this zone because now it's just Robert going, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" It's like, yeah, well, I'm good, mate. So it was difficult, yeah.
Yeah, I was say it must have been, yeah, being in that being surrounded by those kind of people and being able to have to jump into that and pretend that you're in kind of the worst case scenario. I'm sure must have been challenging. What about for you, Finn?
I mean, all the intense scenes that I have, really, which was like my graduation moment, and then a lot of the stuff with Kalisha in back half, are very for the front half, I guess, for my graduation. It was just a very physical moment, and I think that to get into that zone, even if I wasn't to begin with, just running around and jumping and like getting like grabbed by Jason, for instance. Like even if he's a great guy, he's still like trying to like wrestle me down, right? And so it was just the physicalness and the heightened state of like my breath and like my fight or flight response was just I was already there. So that made it really easy, I think, for that moment. But then back half, I mean, yeah, it's again with like Robert and even Mary-Louise, who are lovely people. It's like, oh, how do I feel like these are essentially my torturers, my like these people who are making my life a hell. How do I get into that state? And the light for me, it was the lighting back there. It was so oppressive. And so if I just kind of like sat there and really like just sulked for for like 10 seconds before starting a scene, that helped me get to that place, I think. Yeah.
And what
I think
about
it
for you?
needs to be said, sorry, that
Oh, sorry.
Finn did that because I don't think this has been said yet. That sequence in the cafeteria where he's throwing and kicking, that was all one take. It was amazing.
Wow,
It was amazing.
that is incredible.
From everybody involved, it was insane. Because I
It's an
don't think
effort.
that needs to be put out there.
Oh no, yeah, I appreciate you sharing that, Joe. And what about for you, Simone?
Yeah, I mean, definitely in terms of back half, I can kind of piggyback off of what Finn was saying about the lighting. I think it really like seeing back half, the set was so immersive and also like, being surrounded by sort of these gorked extras really helps put you in the world. So I think yeah, just kind of sitting in that for a moment, taking a few seconds before each take to really ground yourself in your environment really helped me because for a good portion of back half I'm just kind of like out of it. So it was quite easy to like settle into that because I do feel like every time we kind of stepped off of set immediately like we were able to kind of come back to our energy because like the lighting it really messes with you. But I would say like for my other moment my graduation was I think one moment where I did feel like I sort of sat in my character's feelings a little more whereas like with each other scene we're very good at kind of checking with one another and making sure it doesn't feel too heavy offset, which is something I really love about our cast is just we're all a family, which feels really great. But I think for my graduation, that was one that I kind of just sat in that defeat for a little bit and had to shake it off a little bit when I got home. But um, yeah, it definitely also just helps bouncing off of each other as actors. Like everyone is so incredible and is able to pull out performances we're able to pull out performances out of one another that I would have like it's so different rehearsing, running your lines in your room or whatever and then stepping onto set and playing it for the first time with one another and seeing what comes out of you as opposed to like what you initially thought of the scene.
What was it like facing off against Mary-Louise Parker and Julian Richings and just the mental chess game that your characters are playing against them throughout the series? They're obviously both powerhouses. So what was it like just kind of facing off against those guys? And we'll start with you this time, Finn.
I mean, yeah, facing out, it was just they were so collaborative. It didn't feel like they were s- they were just such incredible performers, and they were so in it to the point where you were just they called action, you were just in the scene with them, and they were ready to go. And I had pretty, with both of them, I guess, limited experience overall, but I for the graduation scene, for Nikki's graduation scene in particular, and a moment in back half, working with Mary Louise is just like I don't know. There's this intensity to the both of them. I think that they both have that really makes them masters of their craft, and it's you're almost like you feel like you should be intimidated, but it's this welcoming kind of vibe that like oh we can really play here and explore what the dynamic between our characters, and they have a very inviting way of working, which is a lot of fun. Yeah.
What about for, we'll go to you, Simone, and then Joe will do you last.
Yeah, of course, just kind of hinging off of what Finn said, getting to step onto set was such like illustrious veterans is such a treat to really get to see how they work and also yeah, just kind of figure out the dynamic between your characters. And I think, at least for me, I remember during my graduation scene, like Mary-Louise was genuinely just scaring me. Like it wasn't super hard to like get into that headspace. Obviously between each take, like she was like the sweetest, kindest person ever, and was just like, checking in on me and stuff, which was really great. But yeah, no, like it's really inspiring, and really fuels you to want to do better. And it working with them specifically, it just feels like it elevates your own performance. And yeah, it was overall just such a treat. Even working with Julian as well. It was my second time getting to work with him. We worked together years ago when I was around like 13, 14, I want to say. So getting to work with him again in a completely different context, and just kind of exploring our range together was just lovely. Yeah.
And for you, Joe, because obviously you get to share a lot of scenes with those characters. What was that like?
Yeah, I mean, they were in the earlier episodes while Luke is still inside the institute. They were the scenes I was like, oh, I'm really looking forward to doing that. It was the two-handers with Mary-Louise. The one initially when they meet Luke and Sigsby, and then in 4 when they're sitting outside in the rain. Those two, I think, might be my favorite scenes that I did for sure, because it's just she's such a classic Stephen King. But she gives me the kind of vibe as Kathy Bates in Misery. It's so twisted, but they're not really villains. Like, you can't help but like them. That's the thing that I find so impressive about, especially because Stackhouse is a less likable character. But yeah, Sigsby, the character of Sigsby, and the way that Mary-Louise plays her is just, I think it's excellent. It's excellent, and you can really tell that she's been doing this for ages, because she does this thing where she mimics sort of what the acting choices you're making when it's not her coverage, and she'll stay in character, and it's like, and it makes you feel so uneasy, like, because it's like, are you in character right now, or are you not? Because I was giving her like this, this Luke smirk or whatever, and she would throw it right back at me in this kind of like caricatured way, and it was like, I'm really
What?
from it. I know, yeah. Yeah, she's
Well,
excellent.
well, amazing performances from you guys all around. I love the series. Can't wait for everyone to get to finish up the rest of the season, watch the finale. Congratulations to you guys, and hopefully get to talk to you again in the future.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Pat.
Thanks, Pat.